Soul Garden. Live, love, be.
Hey there, Geminis, and welcome now to Tuesday. Well, I think it's partly cloudy and feeling sort of out of sorts for the Geminis. On the one hand, the moon, which focuses our emotions, has moved into Scorpio. Now, that is usually a bipolarization of emotions on the planet, so the whole planet is a bit irritable as they are taking sides. Once the sides are clear, things do calm down in the moon Scorpio. For you, it puts emotional focus on your body and lifestyle. So, this is a time definitely where, particularly this transit alone, if you haven't been paying attention to the details and kind of watching your own consciousness with a meta-consciousness side of you, this is a time where you can easily mislightcast dis-ease. In other words, get sick, or you could get injured. So be very, very careful. You don't want to end up on your back just so you start thinking about things you were avoiding. The universe can be a little devilish that way sometimes. But adding fuel to the karmic fire, Mercury, your ruling planet, is retrograde today. That's right. Now, a lot of people do a lot of drama with Mercury retrograde, and really, out of all the signs, Geminis may feel the weirdest, but at the end of the day, shouldn't. Because a Mercury retrograde, in my opinion, is simply the reversing of the twins. You see, you are a split personality, and you get a lot of bad credit or bad reputation for that, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, that sort of thing. That's not really the case. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde were not necessarily biological twins. That's a wrong conception of Gemini. Gemini has to do with dual processors, okay, like Intel. So you have two things working for you. What happens in a retrograde with my Gemini clients is, one of your personalities usually is out talking to people while the other personality is processing in the background. You know what I'm talking about. Very rarely does anyone get both personalities in the front. But in a retrograde, what happens, I find, is the little angel in the back moves to the forward, and the one in the forward moves to the back, and Geminis reverse the twin they use primarily. This forces the Gemini to kind of think from the inside out. It forces you to relook at something you haven't been looking at. And for the next 3 weeks, it will force you to re-examine your overall philosophy of life through new eyes. All right, Gemini, that's all I have for Tuesday. I'll see you tomorrow with more. Live, love, be.
So